The camping season is just around the corner, which means that we need to get our rigs summerized. So in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly how to do that and a couple things to look out for before you go on your first camping trip. So you're probably sitting at home doing the exact same thing that I am and trying to put together some sort of checklist to make sure that I have everything that I need to bring up to the camper to go ahead and summarize it. Well, while I am sitting here at home, I'm going to make sure that I have all of my kitchen gear. That is restocking my cooking essentials like spices, oils, utensils, plates, anything like that, including paper products. Now for us, we are a couple weeks away, which means that this is the perfect time to go ahead and start washing all of our bedding and linens that we had when we brought it back once we winterized our camper. So this is a perfect time to make sure that you have your bedding, your linens, your pillows, anything that includes any of your furniture, and make sure that you get those things washed. Now I know we all bought a camper so then we can go ahead and sit inside of it, even during those nice days, right? Wrong. We need to make sure that we have all of our outdoor gear ready to go when we head out in our RV for the first time for the season. That's including our outdoor chairs. If we have rugs, let's bring the rugs with. If we have awning accessories, let's bring some awning accessories with. And make sure to bring sunscreen and bug repellent. And you know, while we're getting eaten alive out there from all the mosquitoes and everything, we need to make sure that we're packing campfire and grill gear. That's including probably some firewood, lighters, propane, and any grilling tools that we may need. So the next step that I would pretty much do, now our camper is sitting in a seasonal site, which means that it has stayed there throughout the entire winter, which means I don't have to pull it. But that doesn't mean that you don't have to pull your camper. So that means let's go ahead and check the tires and the brakes. We need to inspect the tread on the tires, check the pressures, check for any dry rot because that's a big thing, especially when they're covered or if you have covered them for the winter, and make sure that the lug nuts are tightened. You also want to hook up to your trailer and activate your trailer brakes and do a tug test on it to make sure that those are working as well. Since you're already hooked up to your truck, you should probably go and make sure that all of your lights are working. Turn signals, brake lights, everything. Just make sure that they're all working. It's illegal for them not to. Now we verified that the camper can actually move down the road, which means that we need to make sure that we have a first aid kit and any emergency gear that we would need. So make sure to restock your first aid kits if anything has expired in it. Make sure that you have fire extinguishers inside your camper just in case of the absolute worst thing that could happen. And make sure that you have some roadside tools. And if you're interested in a basic set of tools, I have a video linked down in the description that you can watch. We've determined that the camper can actually go down the road, which means that we have to walk inside the camper, make sure that there's no pests that got in during the winter, and make sure that there's no mold either. Look for signs of mice, bugs, or mildew from the winter storage, and you want to get that cleaned up now. That way then you don't have to do it at the campsite and you can actually enjoy yourself out there. Here's a big one. Make sure that you are legal to actually pull down the road, which means make sure that your insurance is up to date. Make sure that your registration is up to date, and make sure that, you know, any fees like plate stickers or anything like that is up to date. And then go ahead and make that campground reservation. Now, like I said earlier in this video, our camper is sitting on a seasonal site, which means that it's already at the campground in which we are trying to get to. So that sits there all winter. But this is stuff that you can actually do in your driveway if you're allowed to do it in your driveway. But all this stuff you can do in your driveway. Make sure to watch out for a video that's going to come up. Once we get out to our camper, I'm going to do a whole de-winterizing video, and you'll see a whole bunch of different videos while we're there at the camper. So stay tuned for that stuff. But back to this video, we need to go ahead and de-winterize, which means that we got to go and deal with that water system. Make sure that you flush and sanitize your tanks and check for any water leaks. Water damage is some of the worst things that can happen to the camper and can absolutely destroy it. Make sure that you also check your propane system. Inspect all the connections and make sure to test all your appliances like your stoves, your fridge, and your water heater. And I guess also your furnace too, although you might not need to use your furnace as much, but it'd be nice to have. Make sure to do battery maintenance. Now if you have a lead acid battery, like how I have right there, you have taken it off your camper, put it on a battery tender all season or all winter, which means that the charge should be good on it. But make sure to also check the water level in there. Some batteries you do have to check the water level and only put in distilled water into those batteries if you need to top them off. So make sure to check your charge levels and then reinstall that battery, and then go ahead and test out all the electronics in the camper. While we're looking at the electrical system, make sure to go ahead and take a look at the ACs, especially take them apart, check the filters on them, clean the filters out. If you need to replace your filters, make sure to do that now, and then test them. Make sure that they are blowing cold and it's not making any weird noises. And finally, make sure to check for leaks and make sure to check on your seals. So make sure to inspect your roof, your windows, doors, anywhere that you think that water can get into. Make sure to check for cracks and for damage. There is so much stuff to go over with summerizing that I probably missed a couple things. So if you found something that I missed, drop that down in the comments. And if you found anything useful in this video, make sure to hit that like button, and then go ahead and hit that subscribe button since it's pretty much right next to it, I think. So make sure to do that. That tells us that you actually want to continue watching these videos. It helps us out quite a bit. And we are going to be going to the camper in just a couple weeks to go ahead and start filming a bunch of content there. So watch out for videos from there. I appreciate you watching, and we'll see ya in the next one.